What's good guys, it's TSG. In today's video, we're going to be talking about everything land in the Illuvium universe. So going straight into it, the first and biggest question is, what is land? In the Illuvium universe, there's going to be a limited amount of 100,000 spots of land for the entirety of all things Illuvium. To ensure that you get your hands on one of these limited spots, the most important thing that you have to do is make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. So these 100,000 plots of land are divided up into 5 different tiers. You have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, and tier 5. For this first land sale that we have coming up, only 20,000 of that 100,000 plots of land are going to be sold. So that is 1/5, 20% of all the land ever going to be available in Illuvium is going to be sold in this first sale. As we can see on the screen, each tier is divided up with the amount of element sites you have access to, fuel sites, and the amount of landmarks that you have on your piece of land. So we can see here tier 1 has 3 elemental sites, 1 fuel site, and no landmark. Tier 2 goes to 6 and 3. Tier 3 goes to 9, 6, and has 1 elemental landmark. So you can see that difference from tier 1, 2, and then 3. 3 being the first one that actually does have a landmark. Going down to tier 4, you have 12, 9, and 1 fuel landmark. So fuel is the thing that's going to be needed to play the game. I'll go into that a bit more later. And this right here, you have tier 5s. So there's only going to be 7 of them in totality. And this is where you're going to have 1 arena. You have 15 elemental sites, 12 fuel sites, and 1 arena. So this is where all the big esports tournaments are going to be. This is where the massive events are going to be held in one of the 7 tier 5 arenas. These numbers you can see on screen right here. I'm not sure if they're going to be confirmed for the newest IIP, but this is what was drafted for the previous IIP and how they're going to split up that 20,000 that is going to be sold. You can see here that out of the 7, only 2 tier 5s are going to be sold, 869 tier 4s, 2,088 tier 3s, 5,012 tier 2s, and 12,029 tier 1s. So I'm not sure if this is going to stay exactly the same, but if it does, this is what we've been given previously regarding how much of these tiers of lands are going to be sold during that first sale, including 20,000 plots of land. The really cool thing about this land is that it's going to have instant utility, considering that it's going to be linked to Illuvium's second game, Illuvium Zero, which is a city builder. Illuvium Zero is actually a game that's already developed and is being tested out and played by the team themselves. And from what they've said, it's all done. And you're able to play it on both desktop and mobile, so it's easy for you to stay in control of your land on your transit to work. When you're out and about, you can kind of just pop out your phone and just do what you need to do, put it back in, and you're still in control of that land and making the full use of that investment that you have made. So the main purpose of land is to show off. No. The main purpose of land is to extract fuel from that land, and this fuel is going to be absolutely necessary for everybody that plays any game. So the main Illuvium game, when it comes to traveling, that's going to require fuel, and they get that fuel from the landowners. So if you are one person that has land, you are supplying this necessary resource to the main game to allow everybody else to play, which means that you have a financial incentive to own as much land as possible, try and maximize how much you can put back into the game. As long as the demand is high, you'll be supplying it to them, which means that you should technically be generating revenue for the rest of time, as long as there is the demand for the game. Additionally, it's actually being confirmed by Aaron, the co-founders, the team, everyone, that Illuvium main game is not going to be the only game that requires fuel. They've taken into account that us as players and investors are looking to get into the land, and they want to reward us by ensuring that every single game, or at least most of the games in the future, are going to be tied to fuel somehow, which again means that us being that 100,000 plot landowners, that is the only supply of fuel ever. And the more and more games they produce requiring that, the demand for that fuel is going to go up, but the supply stays the same, which means as time goes on and they develop more games requiring fuel, more people come into the games that require more fuel, we would be supplying the same amount, but because the demand is higher, that would in turn mean the cost would be higher, which in turn means our generated income should technically be higher. The thing that really excites me about this is that the team hasn't gone the route of let's sell land to make money without a real functioning plan. You can see they've got a game that's already working. It's going to be coming out relatively soon after the land sale. There's purpose for it. There's utility for it. They've thought about the future of it, about what we could do after this one game, potential uses well into the future. So to me, it makes a lot more sense when I compare this to a lot of the other lands that's out there with just promises. Whereas this feels like they've already kind of built one thing and they've shown us how it works already, which means that it's not just random promises. It's something that they've already kind of built and they've explained the whole thing and how it works. Not, we hope to do this. The answer that we get from them is, we have done this. And I think that's a big difference, especially if you're looking to invest your own money. So the thing with Fuel, it's actually been recently announced that it's going to be an ERC20 token. What that means is that we're going to be able to send it to our own game, so we have a way to supplement our own costs and in a way to get fuel, or we'd actually be able to transfer and sell the token on an open market as well, which is, again, what I said, with the demand being high, we would be selling our ERC tokens, our fuel, on the open market to other people, allowing them to play the game. I won't lie to you guys, I'm not the most technical person, so a lot of the finer details, I'm not going to pretend like I know that. That is the rough idea that I've got. If I'm missing something or if I'm wrong, correct me. I'm more than willing to learn. But from my understanding, that's what that means. And it makes sense. The second biggest utility, and the thing that I'm actually the most excited about when it comes to land, is the ability to scan alluvials that come onto your land and create blueprints for skins. So unlike other games where the company creates the skins, they sell them, and they get the revenue back, in this instance, we as landowners are going to scan these blueprints, creating skins. And then it's then up to us to either craft the skin and sell it on the open market, or sell the blueprint themselves. So us as a community, us as the users and players of this universe, actually have a say with regards to the marketplace of skins and actually create an ecosystem around this. This is not saying that Illuvium, the studio, is not going to be giving us some maybe promotional skins and everything is going to be scanned. But I think they're going to take the route of the majority of skins that we see are going to come from users' lands, and the scanning and the studying and the blueprints that come from users, rather than them just kind of throwing out random promotional skins and that being the majority of skins we see. I think they're trying to promote the idea that the owners and again, focus on the utility of the land and incentivizing us to even want to get the land and future-proofing it by making it that is the sole point, that is the main point of access for skins all throughout the Illuvium universe. So now that I've kind of given you guys a breakdown of what land is, what to expect, what can we do with land, I'm hoping you guys have made up your mind whether you want to even consider land or not. But for those of you who do want to consider it, the next question is, how do I get land? And the answer to that is, there's going to be a Dutch auction. So a Dutch auction is when they set the price up at a high price, an overvalued price, and over time it goes down. It goes down and makes it cheaper and cheaper and cheaper until someone makes a bid on it, takes it off the market. So as it goes down and down and down, it's not who bids the highest, it's who bids first. The first person to bid on that piece of land is who gets it at whatever price they bid on. The starting prices haven't yet been confirmed. I do believe they are very close to coming up with the starting prices, and we'll be able to start to really make our plans and adjust our strategies soon as that happens. My personal opinion is that I hope they start really high, like an insane amount high, and actually give us a chance to see the Dutch auction work. Because if they put it just a little bit high, I'm sure there are going to be whales that perceive that the value of this is going to be much greater in the future, and they're willing to pay the premium now. So to avoid that completely, I'm hoping that they start insanely high and let it kind of play out. And what I'll do is, once we get more information about the Dutch auction and the rate of decrease in price as it goes on, I'll make another video about it, maybe talk to you about my plans, my strategies, and we can kind of just discuss that together. So the two currencies that we can use to purchase land are going to be ETH, Ethereum, and SILV2. So these are the two currencies that we're going to be able to use to make these purchases. SILV2 is going to be pegged value dollar to dollar to Illuvium at whatever time it is. And Ethereum is obviously going to be pegged to whatever price Ethereum is. So now we know exactly what land does and how to purchase it. The next and final thing to ask is when. When can we purchase land? And the answer to that is I have no clue. But I can say, and this is just from deduction, I do know that Illuvium has started their marketing process. They've started to put out their first video introducing land, building up that hype. It only makes sense that it is coming soon. It makes no marketing sense at all to put something out there and wait 2 weeks before doing another thing and then waiting another 2 weeks to do. It just doesn't make sense. It makes sense to make it exponential now. Once they've started, it goes. Building that hype, building that excitement. And so the fact that they've started that first video, that first step already, to me seems like we're going to be there a lot sooner than maybe we think. As far as we know, they've kind of mentioned end of April, maybe early May. I think we're going to hit those dates. I'm hoping we hit those dates. And if we do, I am excited to go through that process with you guys. But anyway, I really hope this was informative. I hope you guys got a better understanding of land, what it can do, how many pieces of land, just everything land. If there's any other questions that you want answered, leave it in the comments below. Ping me in Discord, ping the other guys in Discord. I'm sure we're all going to be willing to help. And also, I'm really willing to learn just as much as you guys. So anyway, if you guys did like this, let me know down below. Are you guys looking to get land? What tier are you looking to get? How many pieces of land are you looking to get? And anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys liked this, found it informative. If you did, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You guys know what to do. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.